Let's begin with a powerful truth that many of you may have felt at some point in your life when you walk a path that feels different. When you feel like you've been called to something greater, something deeper, you're often misunderstood. The chosen ones, those who carry a higher purpose, a deeper calling, often face mistreatment. But why? Why are those who seek to bring light into the world often met with darkness in return? We have to start by understanding something fundamental. The world isn't always ready for the energy the chosen ones bring. When you walk in alignment with your soul, you radiate a certain frequency, a higher vibration that disrupts the status quo. And the truth is, most people are uncomfortable with change, especially when it forces them to confront the parts of themselves they've been avoiding. The chosen ones, by simply being who they are, hold up a mirror to others, reflecting back their own fears, insecurities, and unresolved shadows. This reflection can be painful for people who are not ready to face it.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
Ask yourself this: have you ever felt like your very presence made people uncomfortable, even if you weren't doing anything wrong? That's because your energy is different. You carry within you a light that shines brightly, and not everyone can handle it. This mistreatment, this resistance, isn't a reflection of your worth, it's a reflection of the unhealed parts of those around you. Now, let's go deeper. The second reason chosen ones are mistreated is that they challenge the collective illusion. Society often operates on structures of power, control, and fear. The chosen ones come in with a mission to dismantle these illusions, to bring forth truth, love, and higher consciousness. But as you've probably noticed, when you try to break down old systems or beliefs, there is resistance. People fear what they don't understand. When you speak your truth, when you live authentically, you become a threat to the systems that keep people comfortable in their ignorance. And what happens when people feel threatened? They push back. They mistreat you. They label you as difficult, rebellious, or even dangerous. Have you ever been called too much or too different? That's the world's way of trying to diminish your light because they aren't ready to face the changes you bring. But here's the thing: being mistreated as a chosen one isn't a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's often a sign that you're exactly where you need to be. The challenges, the opposition, the misunderstandings, they are all part of your spiritual initiation. The universe is testing you, refining you, asking, will you continue to walk your path? Even when it gets hard, will you stay true to your mission? Even when it feels like the world is against you? Let's continue from where we left off. When you face mistreatment as a chosen one, it's easy to feel isolated, to wonder why you are being tested so harshly. But here's a deep truth: the more resistance you face, the stronger your spirit becomes. The universe, in its wisdom, doesn't place obstacles in front of the chosen ones to break them. It places those obstacles to build their resilience, to sharpen their purpose. Your trials are not random, they are a refining process. So why do they mistreat the chosen ones? Because you challenge their comfort zones. The world clings to comfort, to routine, to the safety of what is known. But the chosen ones, we are not here to maintain the status quo. We are here to raise the vibration, to bring forth a new way of living, thinking, and being. And change scares people. When you show up with your authenticity, when you live in alignment with your higher purpose, it unsettles those who are still clinging to the old ways of being. Have you ever noticed how people sometimes react to your growth with judgment or even hostility? That's because your evolution reminds them of the places where they are stuck, where they are resisting their own growth. And that resistance often manifests as mistreatment. But their reaction isn't about you, it's about their own inner conflict. When people aren't ready to face their own shadows, they project those shadows onto the chosen ones. Here's the deep wisdom: you can't dim your light just to make others comfortable. As a chosen one, you're here to shine. Even when it feels like your light is too bright for the room, you must continue to radiate. Because for every person who resists your energy, there is another who is inspired by it, who needs your light to awaken their own. The mistreatment you face isn't just an obstacle, it's also a signal that your light is powerful. Have you ever thought that the challenges you face are proof of your impact? Now, the third reason why the chosen ones are mistreated is a bit more spiritual in nature. The forces that seek to maintain low vibrations in the world will always oppose the rise of consciousness. This isn't just about individual people, it's about the energies that thrive on fear, division, and control. As a chosen one, your very existence is a threat to these energies, because you bring with you the frequency of truth, unity, and love. When you stand in your truth, you begin to dismantle the illusions that keep people in darkness. But those low vibrational forces will do everything they can to keep the status quo. The mistreatment you face isn't just personal, it's a spiritual battle. You are on a mission, and with that mission comes opposition. The more you rise, the more these forces will try to pull you down. But here's where your strength lies: you were chosen for this path because your soul is strong enough to handle it. Have you ever felt like you're fighting a battle that's bigger than you? That's because you are. But you're not alone. The mistreatment you face is a sign that you are walking a path that matters. The world needs you to keep going, even when it feels impossible. Let's bring everything together. You're not facing mistreatment by accident. As a chosen one, you are on a divine path, and the challenges you face are both tests and lessons designed to strengthen you, to awaken deeper layers of your purpose. The mistreatment is a reflection of how powerful your mission is, and that's why it's so critical for you to stay the course, no matter how tough it gets. The fourth reason why the chosen ones are mistreated is because you disrupt the energies of stagnation and complacency. When people or systems become comfortable in their old ways, your presence naturally shakes things up. You carry with you a certain energy that causes the environment around you to shift. And this disruption isn't always welcomed. It makes people uncomfortable. It brings up their insecurities, and it reminds them of the change they're avoiding. And how do most people react to discomfort? With resistance. You might have noticed this: the more you grow, the more you evolve spiritually, the more resistance you face. This can manifest in so many ways. People might criticize you, isolate you, or even try to bring you down through their words or actions. But here's something important to remember: the higher your vibration, the more you trigger unhealed wounds in others. This doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It means you are stepping into the fullness of who you are, and not everyone is ready for that energy. Here's the question I want you to reflect on: are you willing to keep going even when it feels like the world is pushing against you? This is where your endurance is tested. The mistreatment you face is not a sign to retreat, it's a sign to retreat, it's a sign to rise even higher. It's an invitation for you to become even more committed to your purpose, to stand in your truth, no matter what others say or do. Because here's the reality: the world may not always support your journey, but your soul knows that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Now, let's talk about the fifth reason the chosen ones are mistreated: because your journey is meant to inspire others, even when they don't know it yet. The mistreatment you experience is part of your story, and your story will one day serve as a light for others who are walking a similar path. Your strength in the face of adversity becomes a beacon of hope. People may not understand you now, they may push back against your light, but as you continue to rise, those very people may one day look to you as an example of resilience, authenticity, and spiritual truth. Have you ever thought about how your journey might inspire others, even in ways you can't see right now? The people who mistreat you today may be the ones who admire your strength tomorrow. The struggles you face now will become part of the wisdom you share with others. Your story, your endurance, your ability to keep going in the face of opposition, this is what makes you a chosen one. In the end, the mistreatment isn't a punishment, it's a spiritual refinement. The world may push back against your light, but the more they push, the brighter you must shine. Are you ready to embrace the challenges that come with being a chosen one? Because when you do, you step fully into your power and you become unstoppable. You are here to make a difference. Your light is needed now more than ever. And while the path may not always be easy, it is always worth it. So will you keep rising? Will you allow the mistreatment to fuel your growth, to strengthen your resolve, to deepen your commitment to your soul's purpose? The world mistreats the chosen ones not because they are wrong, but because they are right for this time, this mission, this awakening. And as long as you keep going, as long as you stay true to who you are, you will fulfill your purpose, no matter how much resistance you face. So let's rise together. The world may not understand you yet, but one day they will. Keep going, chosen one. Your time is now.